What up, what up, what up, internet? Who you are, where you be, where you at, what you see. This is Pop Cult Parent, the best podcast on these seven seas. And it's that time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, animals and sea people. It is time for a One Piece check-in. Yeah. Yeah, One Piece, One Piece.
Whoa, One Piece!
One Piece. I am one of your hosts, Mark M.F. Jones, and I'm honored to sail these seven seas and be joined by...
This is Niels D.R.Y. Mark, there is so much that we can talk about in this episode.
One Piece.
So much One Piece. But we're gonna keep it tight. We're gonna keep it short. Cause, I'm sure in the next month, we'll probably need to do another One Piece check-in to talk about some amazing stuff. But I think, Mark, just to kind of like quickly talk about it, I'm just going to hit folks with like a couple bigger things that happen in the world of One Piece. And then we can talk in the matter at hand and the stuff that we really want to talk about. So here's some quick hitter notes, Mark, just to kind of like catch you up and the growing One Piece squad within the group of the Pop Cult Parent folks, just to give you some quick updates.
Our Nakama.
Number one, One Piece live action has gotten a second season officially.
Yeah, boy. And can I just say, you know what that means?
What's that mean?
Live action Robin.
Live action Robin. There is many a people, including your boy, who are anxious and excited for a live action Robin. That poor woman who is going to be hypersexualized.
Oh, that poor woman.
She gonna get it worse than Layla in Star Wars.
Oh, that poor woman. Man.
Poor woman. She's like, I did not sign up for this. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And of course, we're getting Tony Chopper. Lord bless them for whatever they're going to do. But anyways, it's going to be dope. I'm sure it's going to be all about Alabasta. And yeah, they're hard at work. And so that's announcement number one. Announcement number two. Monkey D. Luffy had a float in the Thanksgiving Day parade. Mark, I only know, Macy's. Thank you. I only know of two anime characters to get on the Macy's Day parade. Goku was number one.
Who's the other?
Luffy. That's it.
Oh, okay. I thought you said beside. Yeah. Okay. No, yeah. The only two anime characters that I know of. Yeah.
Do you think the Naruto folks are just pissed right now?
Oh, they're so salty. They're so salty.
Gotta be, right?
Them and the Bleach. The Bleach heads.
Bleach wasn't gonna have no.
That was never gonna happen.
Bleach was never gonna happen. All right. I can name maybe three other animes that had a better chance than the emo demon swordsman. He was not gonna get.
He was gonna get his float, not this one.
Like My Hero, I could see My Hero definitely getting a float before.
I can see that. I can see like an All Might or a Deku float happening.
Got to hit the All Might. Got to do the All Might. That brother ain't here. That brother ain't been in it. He ain't been All Might for about 3 arcs.
You want to be cool with it. Here's what you do. One half of the balloon is big old, All Might Prime, and the other half is, I forget his real name, but it's like the deflated, and it's just kind of like hanging.
Skinny All Might.
The skinny All Might. And just split it down the middle.
That would be lovely. Macy's ain't got the balls for that though. No way. Anyways, that's the second announcement. Luffy made it there. And then the third one, which is what we'll be spending a lot of time on, is this most recent arc of the manga is currently entering the world of, the island of Egghead, which is where Vegapunk resides.
Dr. Vegapunk. We get to finally meet the Dr. Vegapunk.
And so we'll spend a lot of time talking about that, but just wanted to give folks like the reason that we're saying this without saying spoilers. Everything else we're going to talk about is definitely going to be spoilers, is because the anime they're not taking breaks. They're going straight from Wano to the next arc, and those poor souls.
Oh my goodness.
At Toei, like it's like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Ben-Hur,
like the Roman ships, and then like the guys underneath it rowing the dum dum dum. Like, row, row,
One
draw,
Piece,
draw,
One Piece.
animate.
Oda's just walking down the hallways. He's like Denzel and talking about football and remember the Titans. You think anime is fun? You think drawing anime is fun, don't you?
You think anime is fun? Yes, sir.
Not fun anymore.
Not one bit.
No fun, sir.
I'm here at Toei Animation. I'm gonna show you how much fun you gonna have.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. Perfection.
The one animator, PD, keeps dropping his pencil. You're killing me, PD. You're killing me.
I will put my foot in your John Brown hard parts if you mess up Luffy's scar.
And then remember
then you will run a mile.
Was it? I forgot the dude's name who was trying to tell him what's the deal. He's like, you got half of your people on defense, half of us, and Oda's like, oh, is that your mom? That's your mom? Why don't you wave hi to your mom? Cause you're behind his mom, boy.
We're laughing, but that's probably exactly
how it is. No, that's the nice version. They would be lucky to have Denzel Washington yelling at them to draw pirate pictures.
Yo, they smack you over there in that side of the world if you're incompetent. They put hands. Can you imagine your boss putting hands on you if you messed up at the job? They do that over there.
We say remember the Titans. It's probably more like like Raiders of the Lost Ark, like faster. Draw faster.
It's like One Piece.
It's a One Piece. It's a One Piece celestial dragon.
Oh God, that's terrible and probably accurate. Anyways, that's the context, brother. Those are some of the updates. You want to?
Yeah. So first, I kind of want to go to the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, man.
Okay.
Wow. Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought?
You would have thought it.
I would have never thought though, man. This silly little pirate show getting a float in. I mean, I want to say maybe the biggest parade in American history. Like
absolutely. Yeah. There's no question. It is the biggest parade.
It's always heavy headers in that parade. It's Mickey Mouse, Donald, Bugs Bunny, Spider-Man, and a couple years ago, that's when we got the Goku one.
Yeah, for the first time was like in the past 5 years.
Now to have a Luffy float, man. The only thing I wish it was a Gear 5 Luffy float. I feel like that would have been nice.
Can't do that for the first one.
Not for the first one.
Even though I feel like Goku's first appearance was Super Saiyan Blue. I don't think he was ever I think he straight up came in as
that was his first float was Super Saiyan Blue. And then you know what? I'm pretty sure Pikachu had a float. I'm pretty sure Pikachu
did have a float. Hey, but you know what? Come on now. Pikachu ain't even on there. Yeah. They can't touch Pikachu.
He's just a mascot. He's a mascot. He's not a character.
Pikachu was on Mario level. Look, hey, I love Goku, and damn it, I love Luffy. They ain't touching Pikachu. But both of them combined can't even touch the hem of the garment of Pikachu. All right.
I was just kind of blown away. I was like, man, look at where we're at right now. One Piece in the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. And then I guess, did you see the Luffy's hat?
Yeah,
it was inflated.
Man, tragic.
Tragedy.
Hey, but I think I texted you that I may have texted you this, like, what if this was Oda's plan?
Yeah. Oda planned this whole thing.
Oda's like, excellent.
What does it mean?
And we won't know for another 3 years.
Another 3-4 years.
Why the balloon popped.
But no, so that was great, man. And then live action show, second season. I love it. I'm excited. I'm here for it. I can't remember, but I think you and we broke down how they're going to do these seasons and do these arcs. And yeah, I think we both agreed that this season will be not Whole Cake, Drum Island and Alabasta.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then
they got to.
But we were talking, and I don't know which arc we talked about, but I think we said there's like one or two that you could actually skip if you really wanted to, and keep it moving. I forgot which ones it were.
So you're saying more so what other later seasons can they put into season 2?
What I'm saying is like, because there's no way they're going to, I think if this thing's going to work and they're going to complete, because I think Oda's plan is to have not the show catch up with the anime, but then when the anime is over, the show is almost there. That's what I think the plan is.
Yeah,
right? The live action show.
I think he wants the anime and the live action show to be fairly close to each other. The manga is obviously going to be done before both, but I think he wants them to be fairly close to each other.
And what I'm saying is, if that's going to happen, I think you might have to skip an arc or two or combine arcs to make that happen. So honestly, you could, if you really wanted to, I feel like you could skip Thriller Bark and find a way to get Brook with the crew another way.
Easily. You know? That could be, Thriller Bark could be an episode.
It could be just one episode.
Thriller Bark could be an episode. Right. I honestly think Skypiea, even though I think we're realizing, or
you sure you want to say that, Nils? With what you know?
let me just say this. I think if I didn't know what I knew, I would say Skypiea could be 2 episodes. Now that I know what I know, I realize that Skypiea is probably, because the importance of what all we'll get from Skypiea, that it's probably going to need to be its own season.
Yeah.
But if I didn't know what I knew, I would say 1 or 2 episodes, you could do all of Skypiea. And I also will just add out there, they absolutely will put G8 in the live action show.
I can see that.
They got to, man. I
can see that.
That's made for TV. That's going to be a beautiful episode.
I think with some doings, you'll have to have Impel Down will have to be in the show as a fortress, but I think as an arc, you can work your way around Impel Down.
You could do a couple things in Impel Down. Like, you could do Impel Down and all the side stories for all the characters at the same time. Because you remember Impel Down, they would have all gotten, Sabaody would have been before then. So they would have all been knocked away. And you could have like all that happen while Luffy's like going through Impel Down. Like it could kind of be like, like a normal TV show where there's like 4 stories happening at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it could be a really dope arc. But you have to do Impel Down and Marineford. And Marineford, brother,
you gotta do Marineford.
How are they going to, how many episodes is Marineford going to be?
Marineford might have to be like a movie.
Yeah.
Like its own
like
standalone.
The Game of Thrones approach, like the Battle of the Bastards. Just like a dope movie.
Just its
hour
own
and a half episode.
Hour and a half, its own dope thing. One thing I just thought about that I'm actually really hyped for. You know what else we're going to get? Live action Bon Clay. Get a live action Bon Clay, man.
Man,
Strawberry!
That actor has no I wonder if that actor doesn't even realize how dope of a character they're about to be. Because they're signing up to be an eccentric, flamboyant, goofy caricature of a pirate. It's like, okay, this is just your typical goofy gay stereotype that was like hype in the 80s. And I'm like, no, it is not.
No, sir. You got a lot of work to do. You got a lot of heavy lifting coming your way.
And one arc later, 1.5 later, you gonna be busy. You about to be the star of the show.
I could see, since we're kind of talking about casting, and I think we could wrap up the live action part here.
Yeah.
I could see Bon Clay being a stunt cast. Like someone we would never think of. Someone like they just pulled like that we didn't know was in the One Piece, and like it's a stunt cast, right? So that'd be kind of cool. And then what's her name?
Lee Curtis?
You think she's gonna play the Doctor?
It's confirmed, brother.
Oh, it's confirmed.
It's confirmed. She don't even have to audition. The what's it called? The showrunner? The showrunner said the part's already yours.
Wow.
He said, after we're done with the strike, we'll talk more, but it's already yours.
Wow. Nice, dude. I'm excited because she loves One Piece. She
loves One Piece.
Loves
I think
it.
her kids love One Piece.
Loves it. So like, and then I feel like that's just gonna bring more people into One Piece. She's Hollywood legacy, dog. Jamie Lee Curtis. She's got what, like 2 Oscars or something like that? I feel like she has multiple.
Dog. She's Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's Jamie Lee Curtis. And she's going to be in this little...
is the first Scream Queen.
Yeah.
The
and she's
first.
Going to be in this... And not even like a
Actually, she might not be.
part.
I think the Psycho lady was the first Scream Queen. Whatever, neither here nor there. You know what I mean, Pop Cult. Anyway.
But not even a major part. She's going to play like a minor character.
That we may not even really see again.
Yes.
Here or there. We may not see her. This is an Oscar winner, right? Multiple Oscars. And she's like, yeah, I'll sign up for this niche part in this Japanese show made for Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, what am I doing? I'm being this talking reindeer's mom? No problem.
Sign me up.
Sign me up. Just tell me when to be there.
Can't wait. I know her agent's like, I don't know if this is the move, Jamie. You just won an Oscar. And that was already with the predominant Asian cast. Now you just want to lean into this Japanese cartoon.
This Japanese stuff. Love it, man. No, I'm very excited. I have coworkers who are entering One Piece through the live action show. So I'm trying to get them into the anime. I told them, this is what I've been telling people. I was like, you got to get to 37. Come on. That's the rule. But I was like, if that's too much, I feel like you can read up to that, but you got to watch that. You got to watch episode 37.
You have to watch it.
Yeah. But you can, if you want, you could read the manga all the way up to that, but you got to watch 37.
I don't know. You probably should watch the Nami backstory too. And the walk. Yes. You gotta, so there's like about 3-4 episodes you gotta watch. So
isn't the walk in 37? Luffy helped, right?
It's the walk in 30. That's how it ends. Yeah. That's how it ends. That's how the episode ends. Yeah.
Which one to use Arlong? Come on. All right. We'll start talking. All right.
All right. Mark, you wanna start us off?
Yeah. So with like Egghead, man. Well, okay. Before that, the leaving of Wano, the setting of Momo as the new leader, and Yamato, we thought she was going to come, she or they, or I don't know what they've genderized her that.
I believe Yamato's pronouns are he.
He,
him, his, according to Oda sensei. Okay. So, Oda say it, we got to stick to it.
Yamato, I am Odin, right? And like you thought Yamato was going to come, but Yamato stays. Green Bull shows up, makes slight work of King and Queen, who were the heavy hitters of Kaido's.
Green Bull makes slight work of everyone.
Yes.
He is a problem. He is truly an admiral. They just had him in the back. This brother was a vice admiral 2 years ago. Like y'all just got bulls like that in the back.
But he makes slight work of King and Queen. But when Shanks makes the scene, he's like, nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
go home. You know what? I got stuff to do.
I ain't signed up for that. I ain't signed up for that rodeo. It's just me out here. I ain't got no vice admirals with me. I ain't got no Buster Call whistle with me.
Oh,
you didn't tell me I had to deal with Shanks.
I love it. I love their like just take it from Green. Okay. The world government, the Marines are like, Green Bull, go to Wano. We've had reports that Luffy, Law, and Kid have beat Kaido and Big Mom. Go take them out. Go kill the people who just killed 2 of the strongest people in the world. And Green Bull's like, all right. And he gets in, he's like, yeah, I'm making slight work of these fools. And then Shanks, he's like, nah. Nah, I'm out.
It's too rich for my blood.
Yeah, y'all was leaving stuff out. Bro. Y'all left a lot of stuff out. Nah, I'm coming right back.
they're like,
Let's-
Rainbow, where's Luffy? Where's Law? He's like, hold on, nah, Shanks was there, man. You didn't say nothing about Shanks.
Y'all left details out. Y'all told me it was going to be just the three of them.
They're like, did you see Shanks? No, I felt his hockey.
Presence.
This man was like 3 miles away. I felt his Supreme Conqueror's hockey, bro, while I was working.
He didn't even put eyes on him. He didn't even see him.
I felt him.
Oh man.
Oh,
so like
man.
that happened. And then Nels, Kid step into Shanks, and we see Shanks for the first time show us a glimpse of his power. Woo, boy.
Shanks is a problem. Shanks is a problem. This man, and this is the first time we see Shanks get serious. Cause even when he was on Whitebeard's boat, he was low key just, key and being silly. But he was like, all right, I'll mess with you, old man. Like, you want to swing your sword? I'll swing your sword with you, whatever. We'll clear the light, or we'll clear the sky with with our hockey.
Not to interrupt you, but I remember I said, I think Shanks did that more for Whitebeard than he did for himself. Because I think Whitebeard wanted to see where he stood as being sick. And so I think Shanks did that for Whitebeard's sake, not for his.
I fully believe that. 100%. Because what's he going to do? Look, because Shanks is a problem.
He's a problem.
Dog, and the beautiful thing, I guess we're in spoilers territory, y'all. If y'all, even though just like, watch the next 3 episodes and you'll be caught up.
Yeah.
But he hits him with the same move that Goldie Rogers does.
The Divine Departure.
Divine Departure. And when he hits Divine Departure, the entire Kid crew is decimated.
Gone, dog. Gone. You know what I love? Because even in the manga, after Shanks, like, it's like even the manga was like, yeah, we're going to take a break and say a moment of silence for Kid. Because the manga's like, Kid, from here, gone. He's just like, ship gone.
So you think he dead?
I don't think Kid's dead, but.
So he's in the prison in LA.
But I don't think Kid, I don't think Kid is, when he resurfaces, he's going to be extremely humbled. And I think him and Killer are going to end up joining someone's crew. I don't think he's going to be a captain anymore. I think he's going to join someone's crew.
I can't see Kid being that humbled. I
mean, did you not see what I saw?
Yeah. Did you see me stop talking as I remembered what happened to him? Nah, he's done.
Yeah. He's like, you know what? Captain said ain't for me.
He had a good run. He had a great run.
Took out a Yonko. You know what I'm saying?
Yonko. Awakened his powers. Made it all the way to Elbaf. That's a good career, man. That's a good career for a pilot.
That's a solid career.
That's a solid career.
That's we hang your jersey up in the stadium that you're from career,
yeah.
bro.
And he had the highest bounty out of all of the worst generation.
Yeah.
Also, except for, of course, Blackbeard.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's of the supernovas. That's a good career, man.
Nice.
Good job.
Solid.
Good job, Kid. Yeah, you might make Hall of Fame, right? You think?
Yeah.
That's Hall of Fame?
That's Hall of Fame. That's Hall of Fame work. But Shanks is just on a whole nother level.
Shanks is Jordan. All right. He's the final boss. All right.
He's the final.
So yeah, you should be happy. That's good. That's good.
Oh man. But that was.
Anyways,
that was awesome to see Shanks, because Oda's been building up Shanks for 20 years, and to finally see him open up like that was crazy. But, the crew, they get to Egghead Island, and do they run into Bonnie on Egghead, or do they run into Bonnie before Egghead?
On the way to Egghead, Bonnie appears from the ocean because she's being attacked by one of those mechanical sea monsters.
Yes.
And she appears out of the ocean as like a 10-year-old.
Yes.
She's like, help. And then they like save her. And then she turns back to the 24-year-old Bonnie.
Bonnie is one of the worst generation pirates. And we didn't get a lot about Bonnie up until now. We just knew her devil fruit could like de-age people and make them older.
We did get a little bit. And, we'll quickly summarize this because there is one chapter that we are going to get before Egghead which is 1082 in the manga. But this will be known, and I don't want to spoil it for y'all. It just involves Vivi's dad.
Yeah.
So it's Nefertari, whatever his name is, King Nefertari or whatever. We get some of her in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, when they're up in Marijua and we see the state of Kuma and all that, she's up there. And I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Cause I'm sure when that episode comes out, that'll be the next One Piece check-in.
Yeah, some serious stuff.
It's going to answer some questions for us, brother.
But I know we're not trying to spend too much time, so they get to Egghead, and Egghead is where Dr. Vegapunk is, and Dr. Vegapunk is this legendary doctor in the world of One Piece. The world of One Piece, and we've said it takes place in a very weird. It's like this old, I don't know, 16th century wood and ships, candle lit. But then there's these random spurts of technology in there. There's screens and, the transponder shells can broadcast, megaphone. It's kind of weird, and none of it's ever explained. And so we get to Egghead Island, and people say, and some of the answers from this technology we find out is Dr. Vegapunk. People are like, he is 500 years ahead of the current state of science, just his ability. So we get to Egghead Island and we find Dr. Vegapunk and Nels. I don't know if you want to talk about him because this was a huge reveal and just like a cool reveal too.
Dr. Vegapunk might be the most interesting character in One Piece. And I know. I didn't say he was the coolest. I didn't say he had the best backstory. I didn't say he was the most important. I said he might be the most interesting. You know what I'm saying? Cause this guy has a power called the brain fruit.
Yeah.
Which gives him the opportunity to not stop learning. He can keep everything he's ever learned inside his brain. So much so, the devil fruit powers allow his brain to continue to grow just so he can continue to receive information and data.
Yeah.
Then this smart mother was so ingenious. He created the internet.
He created cloud. He created a cloud for his brain.
For his brain. And created, satellites.
AWS for his brain, dog.
AWS for his brain. He created satellites. 6 satellites that are walking, talking, breathing versions of him that each represent a piece of his personality.
Yeah.
One of them is Daft Punk. Just straight up Daft Punk.
Yeah, it is the guy from Daft Punk. and go ahead. No, I was gonna say, so they all rep a part of him, and they have access to his knowledge as well, right?
Yeah, it's one body, 7 moving parts. Is what they essentially are. They all consider themselves Vegapunks. They're just different parts of Vegapunk.
Yes, they all.
Bella is the Vegapunk.
Yes, yeah. So here's the interesting thing about Egghead Island. So we get there, pop cult, and there's all this technology and modern buildings. There's robots, and it's just a very different scene than where we have been in One Piece. And there's this one robot that looks like it's covered in moss, it's not working. And I forgot who it is. I know Frankie or someone asked Vegapunk about it. And someone says that looks like it's from the future. And Vegapunk says, what if I told you it's from the past? And we're
800 years in the past.
800 years in the past. And what?
Bruh. So Mark, you may not remember this, but there was a time where I was a bit ahead of you in the manga.
Yep.
And I was reading Egghead and I was like, Mark, about 7 of you, maybe 5, I'm being extra, about 5 of your theories have just been confirmed. And you were right for all 5 of them. And I was like, and I cannot tell you what they are.
Oh,
you have to catch
up. I did that night. I was
yeah. For the longest, Mark was like, the ancient kingdom was futuristic. This is a dystopian. One Piece is in a dystopian future. And you said you had a few hints and I was like, I can see it, but it wasn't obvious. And then that page, that spread where we see that giant machine and Vegapunk confirms that the future was actually more advanced than what he's doing at Egghead.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason why I thought that, because it just didn't make any sense to have these like random spurts of tech, and even the pacifistas, those are androids. Those are robots. You know what I'm saying? And then even Frankie, and it's not even like Frankie's not even like steampunk technology. He's tech. You know what I mean? He's tech. And so are the pacifistas. And so I was just like, and no one comments about it. So it's not like, I feel like people know of these things. They're just not that, you don't see it a lot. You know what I mean? Like people might know what a computer is in the One Piece world, but like you just don't see it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, man, I feel like, and then we talked about the Red Line. I was like, and then Annie's lobby and the whole, I was like the Red Line, it's so weird. It's just this one strip of land, and it looks like the aftermath of something that like is left when there was a big fight or big war. Something devastating happened to the planet, and now you just have this strip of land in all this ocean.
Boy, we could really get into some theories right now.
One Piece is so good, dog.
It's so good. It's so much fun. So, Mark, there's a lot that happens in Egghead. So I'll just like quickly name a few things, and if you want to make any comments, feel free to do so. But I'm gonna speed through them.
Yeah, definitely.
We get the return of Rob Lucci, but this time he's with CP0.
Yep.
Instead of CP, whatever the number was, CP9.
9.
And of course the Giraffe brother, and their job is to kill Vegapunk.
Is Khalifa with them?
They don't.
Is it just them two?
Khalifa's not with them. Okay. She's back in Marie Joie because I believe she was fighting the Revolutionary Army when they were there.
Gotcha.
So we got that. Then we have the boat, which is bringing in one of the admirals, Kizaru, I believe, and of the, what are they called? The 5 elders? Saturn, Secretary of War and Defense, I believe.
Yeah.
This is the first time we see one of them by themselves. And this is the first time we see them not in that room, that random room in Marie Joie.
That random room that Shanks came to visit then.
And his brother was eating. I was like, oh, so you eat? Because we haven't seen them do anything but talk and look at each other and plot and scheme. So we saw him on the way to Egghead. And then we see, I'm jumping around, but I gotta say this. We see Kuma. And I'm just going to quickly just say what happens, and then you can talk, Mark. Kuma gets rescued, gets back to the Revolutionary Army, wakes up, takes his butt back to Marie Joie, and then we get his backstory. Mark, the backstory is still going on.
Yep.
The fan base is saying this might be the best backstory. In my mind, your boy still loves Robin and Brooke. Robin and Brooke's backstories to me are still number one, but that shows you how good Kuma's backstory is. It's good.
It's really good. And I won't go into detail about Kuma's backstory either, but no, it's nice. And then we skipped on. So there's a bunch of, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a bunch of pacifistas at Vegapunk, at Egghead Island, right? And they're there to protect him. Are you there? And Vegapunk talks about the hierarchy of like, they're like, it's like the,
who controls the pacifistas and the Seraphinas?
It's like their version of the laws of robotics, right?
Yep.
And it's like Vegapunk, the only people that outright Vegapunk are like the elders, I think, correct?
The 5 elders, yep.
So it's like the 5 elders have all say over pacifistas, then it's like Vegapunk, and then I think it's the admirals.
And then it's whoever controls, like, who has has like the chip tell them what to do. Yeah.
And then I think it's the admirals. So it's like, this whole hierarchy about that. But then we also get, and I forget what they're called, but we get the clones. The Lunarian
the
Seraphinas.
The Seraphins.
The Seraphins.
I call them Seraphina because the old South African movie with Whoopi.
And I'm they're like part Lunarian, correct?
They're part Lunarian. That's like their base defense.
And I want to say, they've cloned all the warlords, right?
All
All the
the original former, like all the warlords that we were introduced to is who we see. So I'll just quickly name them. So we have Crocodile. We have
Jinbei.
We have Dofi.
There's a Boa one.
There's a Boa one. There's a Kuma one.
Yep.
Well, am I forgetting? What's Thriller Bark's brother's name? Gecko Moria.
Gecko Moria. Yep. And then there's
Who's
one
the
more.
last one?
Oh, Mihawk. There's a Mihawk one.
And there's a Mihawk one.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Could you imagine, like, just that as regular humans, not indestructible mutant cyborgs, that have their devil fruit powers, but also have the invincible, like, body of a Lunarian.
And we learn about Lunarians because King is a Lunarian, and they used to live on Marie.
They used to live on Marie Joie. Yep.
Okay, but we don't know, like, they got kicked out or whatever. And as far as we know, King is the last one.
That's what we know.
As far as we know,
just King. Yep.
Yo, for the record, Pop Cult, I think Robin's mom's part Lunarian. Nels thinks I'm crazy, but I'm just going to say that right now for the record. But anyway,
because you are. He's not. Just because she dark skinned with nice eyes, that don't.
Okay, nice eyes. This is why I say it. We've only seen white hair sparingly in One Piece. King has it, and then, I mean, besides people of old age, like people who are like young, only have white hair. They're Lunarian. King had white hair, and Robin's mom had white hair with that tan skin. So I'm just saying, I think she's part Lunarian. That's all I'm going to say.
And you're wrong. But but you dare to dream, Mark. Dare to dream.
So we get that on Egghead, and everyone attacks. You know, Kizaru attacks, and he brings all these Navy folks with him. Him and Luffy are going at it. Luffy goes to Gear 5. It's just like balls to the wall crazy. And then this big, like, symbol that looks like an alchemy ring for Full Metal Alchemist opens up, and this spider monster starts to come out of it, but it's not a spider monster. It's Saturn. And he's like some type of just
in demon,
throwing
devil fruit form.
We don't even know if this is a devil fruit thing. We don't
even know. But he's a demon.
He's a demon, though.
He's a demon. Yes. I don't know what he is. All we know is that he is a giant spider. He can grab people, or when he grabs people, he shoots this like projectile invisible laser that like instantly like just knocks folks out. Yeah. It's like getting shot by an air bullet.
I thought it blew their heads off. I think
for some of them it did, but he did it to Sanji and he did it to Bonnie, and they were still alive.
Yeah, there was something in there about like if you weren't strong enough or something, because Kizaru or someone told all the like lower level
to look away.
To look away, don't look at him because you're gonna die.
You're gonna die. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna die today.
I don't know how they're gonna get out of this.
Yeah,
I have one prediction. And then Mark, we can move on.
Okay.
We can call it a day.
Call it a night.
I have one prediction for what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to involve Kuma.
Okay.
Kuma, when we're done with this background story and we hear how Saturn truly screws Kuma, we're going to see Kuma fly from Maui-Jua all the way to Egghead Island. He's going to take all his pain, all of Luffy's pain, all of anyone else who's hurting pain, make a giant paw and throw it right down at Saturn. And it's going to deal with all the pain that Kuma has experienced, that Luffy has experienced, and everyone else.
Ooh.
But the only way he's going to have to do it is if Kuma takes him there. So Kuma's going to feel the pain too. And they're both going to die. And my last prediction is they take Kuma's memories and they put it into the giant machine.
And that, oh man, because that's another thing. When Luffy goes Gear 5, the giant
Machine
robot
woke up.
that was it started. I'm pretty sure it's hard to tell when you're reading, but I thought they were trying to say that it started like playing the drums of liberation,
The drums
or
of liberation started to
woke
wake
it
it
up.
up.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Which is like, so what does that mean? Like,
What does that mean?
What? God,
Oda ain't gonna tell us.
One Piece
Oda
is
ain't
so
gonna tell
good.
us.
One Piece is so damn good.
One Piece is so good. So good. Anyways, y'all. Anything
I
else
love that
Mark, before we
prediction.
conclude?
Nah, man, I mean, I have some predictions, but I mean, I really liked yours. I think, I mean, you know, man, this is the dilemma talking about One Piece. I can't talk about my predictions without getting into like 5 other things, and we don't have time for that. So I'll just stop it where you are. And I really like that. I hate to see Kuma go, but that's a really dope prediction.
Kuma's gone. Bro. He's getting a backstory. He's out.
I think there might be some type of I don't know. I think Frankie's going to play a big part in this. He seems to like really be into Vegapunk and the world, and I think Vegapunk's going to like really admire him. I could see. I mean, Frankie. Does he still have the Pluton plans, or he memorized them?
I mean, yeah, he's had it for like 10 years memorized, so I'm sure he got
But
it
I thought he destroyed
but he
them.
blew them up. He blew them up
But he memorized them, right?
He didn't say he did.
Oh, he didn't say
We're assuming that he did.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's a shipwright, and he had the plans for the most important ship that we've heard in this series with him for 10 years. That brother memorized the plans.
I just think there's going to be something where like Vegapunk and Frankie are going to make Pluton together, or Frankie's going to be like, I can make Pluton, but only if this. And Vegapunk's like, oh, you only need this technology, or you only need access to the cloud. You know, here's the Wi-Fi password, Frankie. You know, and like, and Frankie's going to create Pluton.
Not to poo-poo your dream, Mark. It wouldn't make sense because Pluton exists and they know where it is. It's under Wano.
Oh man, I forgot all about that. But here's the thing. Oda doesn't waste anything, right? So who's not to say the government gets Pluton and Frankie's like, hey, I'll make us another one.
Or Frankie's role in all of this is to be the captain of Pluton. Be the captain of that ship and just drive that ship. It's like his ship.
And we still got Homeboy on the moon with his big old
his
God,
big old giant
amazing.
golden arc.
Oh.
This is so good, man. Anyways, that's it, Pop Cult. Thanks for listening. We have these check-ins every time we feel like it. You can listen to us on all areas you get podcasts. And as always, join the cult.
Peace.